Hey, Cubs fans, and welcome to a brand new edition of Cubs on Tap. Wow. We are here to talk about a fun game, a crazy game, a game that, I'll be honest, Cody, I was furious with for multiple points of this game. But before we get into it, sir, how are you doing?
Dude, I'm fucking fantastic. This is a great fucking night. And maybe it's because I missed half the game, but I caught the important parts, man. But I'm doing fantastic. Cubs take 2 or 3 in that godforsaken city of St. Louis. And all those chances the Cardinals had, I don't have it in front of me, but the amount of times they left runners on base. You had Nolan Arenado at the plate with the bases loaded, and you don't score. Even multiple people, bases loaded with no outs at one point in the same inning, and you don't score. What a fucking game that the Cardinals will look back when they wake up tomorrow. They're gonna be like, God damn, we let one go. The Cubs went into that godforsaken city of shitty fucking people, the best fans in baseball, and fucking stole one. Javi Baez. Garrett from Iowa's been asking me to fucking apologize. I fucking apologize. Javi Baez, he has a lot of fucking flaws, but when it comes to being ready for the moment, being up for the moment, and fucking doing damage, that guy fucks. That guy did what he had to do tonight in that situation. And you know what? Credit to Adam Wainwright. He had a great start, probably his best start against the Cubs in some time. And he's always been good against the Cubs. Believe me, the guy has given me lots of pain in my entire life. Adam Wainwright had one of those, like, he was drinking the fountain of youth or something tonight because he had a one-hitter going in the 7th inning. Credit to him. You know what? Albert Alzolay was great last night, and he got the loss too. But when you have games like this and you don't score to, like, help your pitcher out and it goes to extra innings or something like that, all those runners left on base come back to haunt you. The baseball gods remember, bro. We've seen it enough. For us, we've seen it enough. Adam Wainwright literally had a one-hitter. The Cubs couldn't get a guy on base to save their lives. You know what I mean? Yeah. And all it took was just him coming out of the game, and I felt like it made a difference. Because even the inning that Gallegos pitched, the Cubs at least got a guy on base. They were like they put together decent at bats, I thought. And like sometimes that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like I'll give Adam Wainwright all the credit tonight. I'll give him all the credit. But I think what really matters here is that the Cardinals had all these guys on base and they just shit the bed. They shit the bed in front of the 24,000 best fans of baseball. Those motherfuckers get to go get on their fucking train, get in their car, and go home and cry. Just a little bit. Not too much because it's only May. But, like, they have to be pissed off that they lost this game. They have to be. 1, because it's the Cubs. 2, because they're a first-place fucking team that actually has expectations this year. And to lose to this team, a team that has been in conversations about selling off. And it's like they have that never die attitude, Ron. That never die attitude. I fucking love it. People sold off on this team. And I've been holding this in for fucking months because we've had to fucking hear it. And you know what? I could be completely wrong about this, I could be. But I'm going out on a fucking limb. This team is making the playoffs somehow, some fucking way. Because they're just taking all that fucking energy of all the naysayers, all that fucking shit. Everything after the Yu Darvish trade. Everything after Lynn Casper goes to the fucking White Sox. Everything. And it's literally since the moment I said that they would not sweep the Dodgers, this team has been fucking the league. Fucking the league, Ron. Fuck everyone who said this team was going to sell off. Fuck everyone who said that this team is going to sell. Fuck them all, because this team showed nothing but heart, hustle, and fucking muscle, as Stacey King would say about Joakim Noah back in the day. That was a whole team effort, just grinding out at bats, fucking grind them out, man. And they went out there and fucking won a baseball game somehow, some fucking way, Ron. Some fucking way. It wasn't always pretty. The umpire fucking sucked, according to Cubs Twitter. Again, I missed half the game. I'm sorry. But, like, all of that It took all that, and the Cubs still won the goddamn game. I still hate the runner on second base rule, but whatever. The Cardinals got to do. They even got to run in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and I'm sorry for just. I just had all this built up energy because I needed something to just tell me, Cody, start believing in this team. Start believing. I need it. And this is the game that did it. I'm all in, Ron. We're going to the postseason. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we're going to the postseason. Fuck St. Louis. Fuck the best fans of baseball. And fuck everyone who said that this team was selling. And if they do sell, then we can fucking riot with at the fucking Ricketts for doing that. But it ain't going to be because they're bad. This team fucks.
Inject that shit into my veins, Cody. I'll tell you what, man. You are 100% right. It feels like this team, they're like, because everybody's been talking their shit, because everybody has completely just sold them off as a team that said they can't. I mean, fuck, tonight. My turn, because I got a lot of pent-up fucking anger because I hate ESPN Sunday Night Baseball with a living fucking passion. But how are you going to sit here and tell me that Vescursion and A-Rod did not want the Cardinals to win tonight? All they talked about was the Cardinals. The Cardinals are so
even
great. The Cardinals
after,
are in first place.
Even after Javi hit the homer,
yeah,
fucking A-Rod's going off about all of Javi's flaws that I've pointed out many fucking times.
Yep, and guess what? And guess what? All of your fucking flaws, A-Rod, that you're talking about with Javi, and he's this imperfect player, guess what? That's fine, because he still fucking pimped one in the center fucking field tonight and got the Cubs a big fucking W. And that's what they needed. And I'll tell you what, they battled through, and everybody's, Wainwright. Wainwright had a good game. But let's be fucking honest with ourselves here. His 30, took-in strikes or whatever that weren't swings. Let's be fucking straight up. 15 of those fucking pitches were balls. 15 of them. Because I don't even care what his name is. You don't have to even put it in the fucking comments because quite literally he can go kick rocks. His strike zone was so inconsistent that it made my dating life look consistent. And my dating life is non-existent. This was egregious. He fucking sucked. I don't ever want to see him behind the plate for another Cubs game the rest of my life. If I never see him, it'll be too soon. Just everything tonight about this broadcast, about this game, it was Cardinals. The Cardinals are in first place because it's the Cardinals. Fuck the Cardinals. That's what I want to fucking say because this fucking ump was giving Wainwright a bunch of fucking calls. And sure, the Cubs got some too. We'll call a spade a spade. He was bad all around. But holy shit, did Wainwright get a lot of calls. And on top of that, they just, the Cardinals are so great. The Cardinals lead the NL Central. The Cardinals, this veteran team, and they're so great, and Yachty and Wainwright, and they're fucking old as dirt, but they're legends, and blah, 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 blah. And the Cubs can't do anything, and oh my God, this team that, people are saying is so good, and blah, 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 blah. Fuck your shit. Fuck it.
Fuck that shit.
Because then Javi comes out when it means something. Rizzo moves fucking Willie over to third. And then Javi comes up, pimps the ball to center field, and gets the fucking job done. And then Craig Kimbrell showing his fucking big old balls off because
put his fucking meat on the table, bro. Put his fucking meat on the table. Meat.
And that was cool and tough.
That was cool and fucking tough, bro.
Get the dub. Holy shit, man. Thank God. Get them the fuck out of St. Louis, please. They got an off day tomorrow to enjoy. Because holy God, the fact that we don't have to see the Cardinals now for a few weeks, and I pray to God we don't see them again on ESPN because I don't know if I can take another one of that tonight. I really don't. But they got the dub. I'm super stoked. The bullpen just continues to be fantastic. How about getting out of a fucking bases loaded jam? And Cody, I got that number for you, by the way, tonight. I don't know if you would like to guess. Not sure if you looked at it yourself, but 25 left on base for the St. Louis Cardinals. And my final thought, Cody, before I open it back up to you, sir, is the greatest fans in baseball were doing the fucking wave with bases loaded and no outs. Guess what? The baseball god saw that and said, hey, Cardinals fans, karma's a bitch. You guys are not getting a single fucking run with bases loaded, no outs.
God, Those godforsaken fans, bro. Who fucking likes the Wave? The Wave is about as lame and weak as anything in sports. It's so bad. The fact that the Cardinals Twitter account actually tweeted that out thinking it was a good tweet. They should literally go to jail. They should go to wherever the jail is in St. Louis and put themselves in timeout for actually tweeting that on Saturday night. And then the fans actually do it, even the Cub fans that are part of doing that, because I know there's Cub fans. There's half and half. They should all be arrested for doing the Wave. Everyone who did the Wave, they should all be arrested. But anyway, man, 25 men left on base. Remember when the Cubs did that in 2 games? The Cardinals just did that in 1 game. 1 fucking game, bro. So many chances. And it goes back to Zach Davies being better in May than he was in April. It goes back to the bullpen just being what they are. And then to top it off, the Cardinals just not taking advantage when they're supposed to. You get the bases loaded with no outs, and you have your big bats coming up. They had Goldschmidt and Arenado coming up, and those fucks didn't score. That's just recipe. That's just asking to lose, bro. That's asking to lose. The baseball gods see that. They take in that energy, and then they say, fuck you. I don't care if they call that shitty city baseball heaven, bro. It happens to everyone. If it would have happened to the Cubs, I would have thought that the Cubs were going to lose. And more often than not, they lose games like that. They always, more often than not, 9 times out of 10, they might sneak one out. They're playing a shitty fucking team. But the Cardinals were playing the Cubs tonight, man. And again, and you mentioned it too, all these fucks who say that this team is going to sell off. All these fucks who think that their player, that the core 4 aren't worth keeping around, that we should just trade off and try to rebuild. Fuck all of them. All of them. And that includes Cubs fans that are saying it too, bro. I'm so fed up with that shit. Because it's like, in April, we finished the month fucking, 11 and 15? We're fucking above 500 right now. In second place, 2 games back. 2 games back. It should be 1 game back if fucking Molina doesn't fucking give himself a curtain call yesterday and hit a homer, which was the 1 hit he had in this series. He was 1 for 13 against the Cubs since he blocked me on Instagram. Hate to see it. Absolutely hate to see it. I'm yelling into the mic. I'm sorry if I'm hurting your ears. And I'm sorry for all the listeners. Thank you for all the comments. Everyone's just so interactive, and it's great because we're here celebrating the Cubs win tonight. One of the biggest series wins of the year. The Dodgers one was big, Ron. Beating the Nationals 3 out of 4 was great. But to take 2 or 3 in St. Louis, given everything that we've seen so far this year, at this point, I'm not saying the Cubs are going to turn the corner and win 20 out of their next 30 games or whatever, but all I'm saying is this team isn't going anywhere. This team is going to be there at the end of the year. And if they do trade or sell off a piece at the deadline, that might affect their team, but maybe keeps them somehow in it because shit could get fucking weird. I don't know how. But if they do that, I would still think that this team will be in it at the end because I don't know what it is. This team just has something about it that is cool and fucking tough. And they don't give a shit. It's like Chris Bryant last year when he said, I don't give a shit to the reporters or whatever, to all the naysayers who said he fucking sucks. Let's take a live look at the Chris Bryant sucks crowd. Oh, wait, there's none of them left, but all of them. I don't forget you. I don't fucking forget you. But exactly. Chris Bryant doesn't give a shit. All of them. They don't get to celebrate tonight. No, they don't get to celebrate. None of them. All the people were saying that they should sell off, should do this. No, they can all fuck off. That's what I say. This was a team win that we will remember at the end of the year. If the Cubs make the postseason, if the Cubs make a deep run or something, hell, it might be a win that I might remember next year, just even if they don't make the playoffs, just because it was a great series win. And the way that they won the 3rd game, like it was that kind of feeling, man. And it's just, again, I can't fucking stress it enough. So many people have been so down on this team and they have just said, fuck you. They have literally just said, fuck you. And somehow, some way, we were 2 games back in the division, have a really good chance to be right there come the
Absolutely.
deadline.
And Scott from Iowa, man, he put it perfectly, right? Best bullpen right now. I mean, this bullpen's unbelievable. Just let me go down the list really quick here of what they did tonight. Nance goes 1 inning, gives up only 1 hit, 1 walk, clean inning otherwise. Tepera, 1 inning of work, 1 strikeout, clean otherwise. Winkler gave up a single hit, had a strikeout as well. He has a .59 ERA, ladies and gentlemen. Chafin comes in, gives up 1 walk in 2/3 of an innings, no problem, still clean. And then Kimbrel gives up the run. It's unearned, and that's how they're scoring the runner on second bullshit. But a big W for him and 1 1/3 tonight. Like, holy shit, man. They just continue to fucking roll. And then, yes, Gold Glove talent at 6 out of the 9 positions. You're damn right. Jay Hay, Gold Glove. Anthony Rizzo, Gold Glove. Nico, I'm just calling him Nico Gold Glove the rest of the year because that's what he is. Javi's a Gold Glover. Willie's was a finalist last year. And we got like 3 pitchers that were finalists.
Right.
Fuck yeah. This team is so good defensively. And guess what? Like you said, Cody, they just have this feel about them. It really is a vibe. Man. It is a vibe. This team is a vibe because they just don't give a shit. And you know what? I'm gonna even throw it back here because it's kind of funny. Not the exact same situation, but just how this team feels and how the difference it is. And it almost, to me, feels a lot like looking at the 2002 Oakland Athletics. Yes, the Moneyball team. And no, they're not a Moneyball team, obviously. Their payroll is much higher than that. But just the way that they go about things, right? Because this team, for so many years, offensively, was this team that, they strike out a lot and they hit the long ball, and that's the only way they win. Yep. Well, now they manufacture runs better than they ever have in the last, 4 years? Probably since that 2016 team. Yep. They now can hit and drive guys in without hitting the long ball. But they can also still hit the fucking long ball, and they do it pretty fucking well. I mean, Javi, as we saw, Javi pimped that bitch tonight and had no problem with it. So
it's a dead fucking center.
The dead center. And it's just like this team right now just has this feeling. Because, again, that Oakland team was the way of, like, they were this underdog. Everybody wrote them off. They didn't get extremely better, whatever. And yet they still managed to win over 100 games. Do I think this Cubs team wins over 100 games? I don't have a fucking clue. I don't have a magic crystal ball. I wish I did. That'd be fucking sweet.
They're not going to need to win this division.
No, and that's the thing. They just need to be a gritty-ass team this season because so what if it's a transition year? You're telling me that they can't be competitive in a transition year? Why can't they be? Because
it's like –
in 2022, when all this money's coming off the books, and sure, some of that money's probably going to go to a couple of these core guys that they're going to pay and whatever, but then you can go after some more pieces and you can just fire this thing back up. Oh, and then you also have Brennan Davis, who just hit a tank today in his second game back. He's probably coming up next year at some point. You got, a bunch of really good pitchers now that are throwing gas in the organization. We see them all the fucking time now. Keegan Thompson, Justin Steele are just the tip of the iceberg with some of these guys they have coming. I mean, everybody's like you said, everybody's writing them off. No, don't write this team off. And not even just this year. Don't write this team off going forward either. Because what they're building right now with Ross as the manager, the culture that they're putting in place, this team now and in the future can really make some noise and do something special. And I'm telling you what, this was like you said, this was a huge win because you win a series against the first place Cardinals. You cut the deficit even smaller than it was coming into the series. And now you got a pretty favorable part of your schedule coming up too, where you can make some noise because jokingly, I don't know if I can honestly entirely say that I will be this, but again, our boy Scott from Iowa here, we are all Sox on Tap fans till Wednesday. Yes, we are, because the Sox play the Cardinals, and I cannot wait to watch Tim Anderson bat flip off of some douchebag Cardinals pitcher, and I hope they get salty about it because the best fans of baseball are going to cry wolf. So they would. That's all I have to say.
They will. And you put it perfectly, Ron. You put it absolutely perfect. Dude, I can't put like a thing on it. And my biggest thing is like all these people who are like, they should, sell off, or they're going to sell off. And it's like, even if they were to trade, like say they traded Bryant, say they did, and it would be a big blow. No doubt. It would be a big blow. Mm-hmm. You got to also figure out what they're going to get back. But then also with the way that this team hits all across the board, with the freaking division that they're in, who knows? They might just fuck around and like make the playoffs. Like that's how high I am on like everyone in the lineup right now. Now, obviously, it will be a lot harder, and it would be a lot, you would literally miss a giant piece. This is a guy that I say we should sign for life, that I'm saying. But even if they did, it's almost like it's like the entire team just has this don't give a fuck attitude, like we keep saying, and they're just going to find a way to win baseball games anytime. And it, like, that Cardinals team, again, they traded a washing machine for fucking Nolan Arenado and $50 million. This team, that fucking city of St. Louis, they have win division, perhaps get to ALCS or bust type aspirations. And they just lost 2 or 3 to a team that's rumored to be fucking selling off in a month and a half. That fucking, what the Cubs did this weekend fucking means something, man. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care that it's May. Do they got to keep rolling? Yeah, they got to keep winning series, like I keep saying. And things got to go their way. But the way that they go about their business every single day, it's a way of, it's kind of like you said, building a culture. The way that they're going about everything every single day, the way their approach at the plate is, even though they only scored 2 runs and it was fucking Javi Baez hitting a fucking moonshot dead center homer. The way in most fucking games that we've seen this year, at least in the month of May, the Cubs bats have been able to manufacture runs in a way that we haven't seen. And again, I give Adam Wainwright all the fucking credit tonight. You don't, I understand the umpire was fucking terrible, but you don't give up just 1 run and go 7 innings by accident, man. So
8 innings.
8 innings, whatever it was. I give credit where credit is due, but at the same time, the Cubs battled. The Cubs literally didn't allow a run with all these guys they let on base. It's just not something that you see very often. And it's great. Tomorrow, off day. You can go to work. I'm just going to be happy. It's going to be great, man. Mondays after W's are cool and tough. Put that on the shirt.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, it was such, I think, a needed win too, right? Because like you said about last night's game, and I think you epitomized that perfectly. Alzolay was so good. And that unfortunately got wasted just because of how that game played out. It happens. It's baseball. We see it all the time. But for them to rebound the way they did, especially for being shut down essentially for 8 innings, because let's be honest, KB's first hit was in the first inning. They went all the way until the fucking 9th inning until they got their second hit. But yet this team stuck with it. They played pretty good defense tonight overall. They, the bullpen, they stood up real quick, cracked their neck a little bit, and they put their Superman cape on, and they did their job. And now they squeak out with a 2-1 win. Javi plays hero, bright lights in the shitty city. And it's just, dude, I agree with you. Like, normally you and I are sitting here just like breaking these down and what happened. And no, tonight's game is an energy game. Not only for us, the fans, and us here at Cubs on Tap, but for this team as well.
Hell yeah. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I went out on a limb at the beginning of this episode, man. Like, I've been like, let's break down the game. Like, it's too damn early for me to say this is like a fucking, statement win or whatever. But something about this game and this series just hit a little different. And it's not like I'm saying that this team can make the postseason. I'm saying that they should make the postseason with the way that they're playing. And if they keep playing like this, they will be in the postseason. And again, I remember all the people who said that this team was just going to fucking tank and sell off before the season even started, bro. Before the season even started. And here we are, fucking, we 1 or 2 games above 500, second place in the division. I know we're not the fucking Dodgers or the Padres, whatever. We're not out west, but we're in the NL Central, bro. And this fucking division is full of really competitive teams. The fact that we are here after the April that we had, after all the injuries, guys keep getting fucking hurt. Thank God Wilson Contreras' wrist is made of steel.
Literally.
And again, we didn't even talk about that. After all that shit in Milwaukee and people calling him fucking soft. Fuck that. This guy fucks. That's my catcher. That's who I want. fucking catch my pitchers, for a guy to take a 99-mile-an-hour fastball off the wrist and then to go catch the rest of the game, fucking that guy gets, who, if anyone took him as a Fly W player pick for Cubs on Tap, he should get extra points just for fucking doing that, bro. That's that mentality, that never quit, never lose mentality. It's so 2015. It makes my fucking arm hair stand up, bro. This team fucks, and I want this team to play so well, so bad, because it just has that type of vibe. We're not the best team in Chicago, but we are on our way to being we're on our way to being a team that no one wants to play in October. Absolutely. I'll say that.
Absolutely. And just to keep it going, right? Plays that happened in this game that we didn't even touch on yet. Garrett from Iowa here. Nico Tobias to double up the next Mike Trout is a vibe. For anybody that doesn't understand that reference, scan Twitter for Harrison Bader stuff and you'll find it very quickly. But I mean, what a play. Again, just call him Nico Gold Glove, baby. That dude's baseball IQ is through the motherfucking roof. He is so damn smart on the field. And he's so young still in his career too. But the dude plays like he's a 10-year veteran. And it's awesome. And it makes me feel so good because for so many fucking years, we bitched about second base once Javi moved to short. And we were just like, what the fuck are they going to do? They need a fucking second baseman.
Trading off Tommy La Stella for nothing and watching him bloom with other teams.
Yeah.
Ben Zobrist, we missed him in 2019 because of the off-the-field stuff. And also he was going to retire at the end of the year anyway. We've had a big hole at second base. When Daniel fucking Descalso was your fucking option because you thought that was the right move instead of keeping La Stella. Yeah. Seeing Nico Horner at second base now, fucking just doing whatever he wants defensively and making it happen. It's something special, bro. It's something special that we're going to get to watch for the next 5 years or however long, you know what I mean? And like I said, I apologize to Javi as much as he grinds my gears so much. He grinds my gears so much with his approach, but he's just a guy that in the moment when you need that big hit, more often than not, he's coming through. So and honestly, since April 17th or whatever, since the morale blend dropped, he has been much better. So
he has.
I hope Garrett from Iowa is still watching and got that. So I don't know, man. I keep feeling like I'm repeating myself. It's just a beautiful fucking day, bro. This is the best Sunday in a while. This feels like a Bears win over the Packers right now, but it's not. It's just the Cubs beating the fucking Cardinals, and that's cool and tough. And I fucking cannot wait to go back to Wardham on Tuesday against whoever the hell they play, which I can't remember at this current moment, because this team is just going to take all that momentum to wherever they go. And I'm ready, man. We haven't even talked about how mediocre the starting pitching's been. Davies goes 5 tonight. He was okay.
He could have easily gone 6, though. He was only at 76 pitches.
Right. Well, we say that every time he comes out, but we take him out because it's that third time through the lineup where there's just a lot of hard contact. And again, you allow so many base runners, but he just got out of it. It's just something. There's just something about him. Again, he's not going to overpower you. He's not going to strike out 10 guys. He's not going to be sexy like a lot of these guys. No Jacob deGrom. But, I mean, this month he's just been exactly what you would want out of your 3 starter. I know he's not Yu Darvish. We knew he wasn't going to be Yu Darvish, but he's getting the job done, bro. And I'll give credit where credit is due. So, fuck anyone who gave up on him. Fuck the wave. Fuck Yadier Molina. Fuck anyone who thinks he's the greatest catcher of all time when Jason fucking Kendall has a higher fucking career WAR than him. A lot of people don't even know who Jason fucking Kendall is. For Cubs legend, by the way.
Cubs legend, yeah. I was gonna say. I remember the Jason Kendall Cubs days. Let's go.
Right, and then also Harrison Bader, whoever the fuck wrote that Sporting News fucking article, just send yourself straight to go bury yourself 6 feet under. I'm rambling on now, Ron. I'm sorry, but I'll just end it with this. This game was just fucking awesome, and obviously it was because they played the Cardinals, but more so it's just the Cubs just kind of showed their identity a little bit tonight, and that is just something that we've been looking for. Like it was something we were looking for all last season. Even felt like we were looking for it in 2019. Like I remember in 2019, people talking about, this team just doesn't care anymore. All this stuff, all these things that had to do with Joe Madden being, criticizing Joe Madden for how he manages the team as they're getting older, all that shit. And David Ross, he hasn't been perfect, and I know he got thrown out tonight, so he wasn't even really the reason they won this game. But overall,
still cool and tough though to stand up for his boys.
Hell yeah, especially when that umpire was awful. So
egregious.
I just David Ross, he's doing things that for a veteran team like this, it's something that we would have never got out of Joe Madden, and I love it, man. I fucking love it, and I feel like he would be the same if we were a young team too. He's kind of like what we all talked about. Like he's just like the builder. He's just like build guys up. And he's done that. He's like, we were getting so many contributions out of so many guys that we didn't hear about or know about going into the season. He has to have some form of part into building them up, into having the confidence to go out there. Fucking Tommy Nance again tonight goes out there, delivers a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Ryan Taperas getting back to what we saw last year. Fucking gets out of that fucking inning.
Ryan Tepera.
Yes. And and then you mentioned Craig Kimbrell. Chafin came in for half an inning, gave up a walk or a hit or whatever, and then Kimbrell comes and gets him. It's just this team. I want this team to just like in Major League, man. I want this team to just say fuck you and go out and fuck around and win a division. That's all I want. I don't have World Series aspirations. Of course, I want this team to win the World Series, but like at this moment in late April, this team, I just want to win the division, and I'll remember this team for a better way than what many thought it was going to be.
Absolutely, I'm right there with you, man. And the only other question I have is, most importantly, what golfer does Javi remind you of?
What about is it Bryson DeChambeau, the one who hits those long drives?
He does. I like that one. That's actually a good one. Because I don't know if you heard it. I know you were very busy doing other on-tap matters this evening, but when A-Rod compared Javi Baez to John Daly, because he always just takes out the driver and says, fuck it, and I'm going to hit it as hard as I can, and he never switches it up. And I thought it was kind of funny. And I know Marty dropped that comment.
Yeah, shout out to Marty.
Shout out to our boy Marty. But, like, I saw Marty tweet about that too at one point in the night, and I started laughing because immediately I saw it, and he goes, never thought I was going to hear Javi Baez compared to John Daly, ever.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. So I'm glad you answered that. I just wanted to share that because I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, man, I mean, I have nothing else to add because you just poetically topped it off as the little cherry on top of what was, like you said, a great win against the St. Louis Cardinals on Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, man. This is a great fucking day to come on here and do this, man. That is just a great fucking day. I fucking love this team. I love these players. I love our manager. I love fucking Wrigley Field. I fucking love everything about this organization. And you know what? We should all start believing again. I don't care what anyone says, because I know we can criticize the Ricketts, all this stuff. But you know what? Like I said, fucking Major League, man. You wanted to die for that team in that movie. And that's how I feel about this team right now, man. Like, these guys just have that never quit attitude, like in 15 right now. And it's like refreshing, because you just felt like you didn't have it in 18 or 19, maybe a little bit in 18, but it's just like so many things like hurt them, like injury wise and stuff. And you can have that attitude, and you still need a lot of things to go your way for sure. But like, I don't know. I feel like this team is it's just different. Like I said, it's a team that if it gets into October, I don't think anyone's going to want to play, barring injuries, barring, selling off the team or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, all things considered, if they're healthy and they're there at the end and they continue to just, like you said, kind of continue to find that identity, I wouldn't want to play them in October.
Yeah,
I really wouldn't. So yeah, man, I mean, unbelievable game. Do you have any more thoughts that you want to add, or shall we look ahead?
I just want to mention it. Yadier Molina 1 for 13 against the Cubs this weekend. First series against the Cubs since he blocked me on Instagram. He's fucking soft. He fucking sucks and is overrated. Just want to reiterate one more time. Because I loathe him more than anything in sports. So we can move on to the next game now.
No, that is a perfect way to sum this thing up. But what a win tonight for the Cubs. And as we mentioned, the Cubs are off tomorrow. So no Cubs on Tap show. But we are back because on Tuesday, the Cubs travel to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and beautiful PNC Park to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's an early game. It'll start at 5:35 Central Daylight Time. And the usual suspects in the Chicagoland market. You can listen on 670 The Score and watch on Marquee Sports Network. As for Pittsburgh, KDKA-FM 93.7 and AT&T Sportsnet Pittsburgh are your places. Pittsburgh's pitcher is to be determined, according to MLB.com. But the Cubs are scheduled to trot out Jake Arrieta, who is 4-4 on the season with a 4.46 ERA and 31 Ks. And let's just be honest, it's always a vibe. Sure, he's not the same pitcher he was, but it's always a vibe when Jake pitches against the Pirates in PNC Park.
Exactly, man. Yeah, he's I think his first or second start was against the Pirates, right? He's been pretty good against the Pirates all year. So thank you for telling me they're playing the Pirates. I think this is just keep it rolling, man. Just keep the good vibes going. It would be a huge letdown, excuse me, if they go into Pittsburgh and just like get shelled and lose the series or whatever. It would be a huge letdown. They haven't played that great on the road, but this was like one of the first series, like Detroit, which it's Detroit, so you can't really put too much into it. And now this series was like the first big road series that they won. So you got to take that mojo and just like keep it going in Pittsburgh, because that team, I don't care what their record is right now, that team is just not as good as this Cubs team. You can go in there, continue to pitch like we're pitching, and fucking, you know what I mean, just score early and let the bullpen hold it down, man. So I will give Adam Frazier some credit. I looked the other day, he like leads baseball in hits, like total hits.
Yeah, he's been very good for them this year.
He's been a big Cubs killer to them this year. So I would say the biggest key is to like keep him off the bases, because when he gets on base, that's when bad things happen to the Cubs. As far as a Fly W player pick, obviously it's Chafin, but if I take a position player, man, let's what is the pitcher they're facing? Is there a lefty or righty?
It's a TBD.
Oh, it's TBD. We don't fucking know. All right. Well,
no idea.
I'll say this on Friday, obviously the offense put up 12 runs. Nico Horner was really good in that game. These last two games, because the offense has been quiet, he was pretty quiet. So I'll take him to get back on track. I don't think he had a hit tonight, and he had a couple. I know he struck out at least once. So I give Adam Wainwright a lot of credit. As much as I hate that franchise, he is someone that like I somewhat respect, because longevity means something. So I'll take Nico Horner to bounce back, start and get the Cubs offense rolling while playing in some elite defense at second base.
Yeah, I love the Nico Horner pick. I'm on the Nico train. Nico Gold Glove. That's just what I'm going to call him now for the rest of the season. Always a good pick. And yeah, I mean, you put it really well about everything with this, right? I mean, this is a perfect time to get Pittsburgh. You're hot. You're coming off a huge series win against the Cardinals. And the Pirates are struggling, and they've had some injury issues. And for example, Moran, their first baseman's been hurt, and he's been one of their better hitters early this season. So they have a lot of things kind of going against them. And it really is a perfect time for the Cubs to take advantage. And I'm even going to take it a step further, Cody, as you mentioned, get another big road series win, but also then look ahead. Not the Cubs. We don't want them looking ahead. They should be looking to Tuesday and only Tuesday. But for us here at Cubs on Tap, we can talk about this and say they got then 6 games in a row at home. You got 3 against the Reds, a team that you should beat, and hopefully they can. And Nick is just going to continue to break my heart. But it's cool. When he gets traded at the deadline to the Cubs, or he opts out in the offseason and signs with the Cubs in 2022, because we're going to have the DH. They mentioned it on the Sunday Night Baseball broadcast. The DH is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's not official, but we all know.
Yeah.
He's going to look great in Cubby Blue. But for now, he's going to piss me off as a Red. Outside of that, I'm not afraid of that team. I'm really not. Jesse Winker's having a really good season. Again, credit where credit is due. That dude's been
steroids are awesome, man. That's a joke. But yeah, steroids are awesome.
But and then you got the Padres, the hottest team in baseball, the best team in baseball right now, record-wise, first team to 30 wins. They come in for 3. And then you see him a week later in San Diego. So this is a good time, like you said, that momentum, ride that momentum hard now into this Pittsburgh series, because you want that to continue into the next, sure, it's going to be like the next 15 to 20 games, but if you got that mojo where you're going to play some really good ball clubs like the Padres twice, the Giants, who are magically having a really good season, and the Reds, who are always a team that plays the Cubs hard and can always screw the Cubs over if they're not careful. So a big win on Tuesday, a big series win in Pittsburgh really carries well then into Memorial Day weekend and then ultimately in June.
For sure. And you mentioned the Padres. So, they're going to have to play 2 series against them at the beginning of June. And, let's call a spade, man. That team's really fucking good. I think that team is better than the Cubs. You got to win these games against Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, who, I feel like the Cubs and the Reds are pretty even, and maybe the Cubs are a little bit better pitching wise than the Reds. I think the Reds might have a little better offense just because Castellanos and Winker have just been lights out on fire all season. Okay. But I don't have World Series aspirations. I have win the fucking division aspirations, because that's what this team told me tonight. That's what they told me they were trying to do. So, man, these next 2 series, they are important, especially with the Padres coming up. You don't want to lose a series or 2 against these 2 teams and then have to face San Diego. That's not going to be fun.
No, and that's bad mojo then.
I will then feel really dumb about the rant I went on at the very beginning of the show if that happens.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they keep you in the feeling good column and not the feeling bad column. I am going to say though that my fly the W pick real quick before we wrap this thing up. I'm going to go here with Mr. Dope Redbeard. He's in our comments. Pittsburgh area native Ian going to have a big series. I think he's due because he's been getting hot. He was a little quiet in the St. Louis series overall, but it just. He likes hitting at home. It was like the Kyle Schwarber in Cincinnati or anytime he was in Ohio thing. That's going to be the Ian Happ in Pittsburgh thing. I want Happ putting a ball into the fucking river. That's what I want happening. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with Ian Happ on Tuesday. I think he's going to have a good series. And I'll tell you what, if Ian Happ has a monster series, it might be finally time for me to consider an Ian Happ jersey. It really might. So for those that are like, wow, that doesn't sound as awful as Cody eating mayonnaise. No, but it does hit my wallet, which is about to be a little dry in the coming days because I have a bachelor party to be attending later this week. So, yeah, man, I'm going to roll Ian Happ. I can't wait to see what he does on Tuesday against the Pirates. Yeah, no,
I'm with you, man. I love it. One other thing I do just want to mention, Matt Duffy. I think he started last night, but I know he's been kind of hurt. Hopefully he can get healthy this week because the Cubs are going to need him still. I have not forgot about him. David Bodie didn't do anything to impress me these last 2 days, defense or not, but they're going to need Matt Duffy to be out there and contribute. Just wanted to make that note. But yeah, man, today fucks. Today's all. I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. Talk about this with all my entire office is just Cubs fans. I'm just gonna I might not get anything done. We're just gonna talk about the Cubs for the entire morning and then go to lunch and then and then I'll just kind of coast the rest of the day. It's
that's a vibe on a Monday. I remember those days, dude.
It's
those
a vibe,
were the
bro.
best on Mondays, especially so I remember doing that with because for me, I had a very weird corporate work experience when I was still there. I had a lot of people that were from Wisconsin that I worked with. So I had somebody from St. Louis, probably the only Cardinals fan, admittedly, that I will probably ever like in my entire life. But so it was always Brewers and Cardinals. And then you had some of the Cubs fans. And I was like, this sucks. And then it was Bears with Packers. It was the same way. But that vibe though, after a big game on Sunday and you can just roll into work and it's just going to be a gong show of a Monday where you're not going to get a damn thing done. Oh, they're the best. I do just a little bit miss that vibe, but I'll make my own vibe because it's Monday and I'll be at home and I get to go on a little trip this week. So that'll be good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, any final thoughts? I know we keep saying we're going to wrap it up, but
one last thing. The Cubs are 9-6 since I inhaled a bottle of mayonnaise. I will take all the credit for reviving the Chicago Cubs. Dom, Frederick, love you, man. you're my guy. I love you, and you're one of my favorite guys on Cubs Twitter. But I feel like the morale blend and the fact that I ate an entire thing of mayonnaise deserves some credit to reviving the Chicago Cubs. So
coffee and mayonnaise.
He woke up the offense with the morale blend, and I don't know. I just woke up W's because we just been winning games ever since I did that. So
woke up W's.
Because I said it after losing the series against the Reds that if they swept the Dodgers, I would do it. And they proceeded to win games. So that's what I'm saying. Like I just brought W's back to Wrigley Field. So absolutely.
And like you said, the morale blend keeps them going, then getting those W's. So that's a great way to put it, man. Great way to end it, I think. I do want to just quickly remind everybody, Cubs on Tap is the official Cubs podcast of the On Tap Sports Network. You can go ahead and check out all of our great work over at www.ontapsportsnet.com and at ontapsportsnet on social media. We got not only great Cubs coverage, you're listening to some of that right now with myself and Cody, but we also got great Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, you name it, we've got it. And let's be honest, Northsiders, we all got friends that are Southside fans. They're pretty cool over here too and really good. So you bring them our way as well. You can follow our specific accounts for the podcast at Cubbies, Cubbies on tap. That is on both Twitter and Instagram. And then you can follow Cody at Cody on Tap on Twitter. I am at Loose on Tap on Twitter. And the On Tap Sports Network, go ahead and check out what's on tap in Chicago sports. Well, Cody, this was fun. We get a breather tomorrow. We get to enjoy this big series victory, but then the Cubs are back at it on Tuesday in Pittsburgh. Somebody will be back on the mic here from Cubs on Tap. I think I might potentially be one of them. And maybe we can get Cody on too, and we can do this again and run it back. So we're talking about a winner, 2-1 today for the Cubs. And Cody, what do you say? We get out of here the only way we know how to, my guy? Let's go Cubbies.
Let's go Cubs.